So, when does a personal boundary cross the line and become a form of control? It's a huge topic of conversation right now, mostly because in our actual relationships, that line can get, well, incredibly blurry. So, let's dive in and see if we can find a little clarity, shall we? Right, so this whole conversation really just exploded online recently, and it was all sparked by these alleged text messages from actor Jonah Hill. He laid out this whole list of things he wouldn't accept from a partner, and he framed all of it as his boundaries. And of course, the internet immediately blew up, with everyone taking sides, trying to figure out what this really was. And that's really the core question of this entire explainer, isn't it? This is where so many of us get stuck. How in the world do you tell the difference between someone who is genuinely protecting their own peace and someone who is trying to dictate yours?
Okay, so to answer that, we have to get really, really clear on what a healthy boundary actually is. Because here's the thing, it's not about trying to change someone else. It's all about honoring yourself.
And I think this definition really nails it. A boundary is about what you will accept and the actions you will take to protect yourself. See, it's an internal thing, not an external command you give to somebody else. I love this way of thinking about it. Imagine a boundary is like a fence, right? You build a fence to protect your own property, your space, your energy, your well-being. It's you saying, hey, this is my yard and I'm gonna take care of it. Control, though, that's a cage. It's something you build around someone else to restrict what they do and where they go. One is all about self-preservation, the other is about power. So how do you actually build these healthy fences? Well, it all starts with self-awareness. You gotta know your own limits. Then you have to communicate them clearly. And a great way to do that is with I statements, like, I feel uncomfortable when, instead of attacking with, you always make me feel. You also have to remember the other person gets to have their own boundaries too. And finally, you have to be consistent. I mean, a fence is only gonna work if you actually maintain it. Now, let's flip the coin. If boundaries are all about self-respect, then control is about the slow, steady erosion of someone else's autonomy. It's about building that cage piece by painful piece. So what does that actually look like? It's not always someone shouting orders. In fact, it's usually much more subtle. It works through manipulation, making you feel guilty or even afraid. It's making decisions for you, dismissing your feelings, and just creating this environment of tension where you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. And this is where it gets so incredibly tricky, because control is almost never black and white. It lives in those confusing gray areas, using these subtle psychological tactics. And what's wild is that the very language of boundaries can sometimes be twisted and used to disguise demands for control. It's no wonder this is so hard to spot when you're in the thick of it. The first weapon is one you've probably heard of: gaslighting. It is one of the most insidious forms of control out there because it's literally designed to make you not trust your own mind. It's meant to make you feel like you're the one who's going crazy. And you can just hear how it works in these phrases. That never happened. I never said that. You're just being paranoid. Look, these aren't just disagreements. These are direct attacks on your reality. And they're designed to make you doubt your own memory. All right, the next tactic is just as damaging, but honestly, it's probably even more common. It's subtle invalidation. This is when your feelings just get consistently dismissed or minimized, which sends a very clear message. Your emotional responses are wrong or just don't matter. Things like, you're overthinking this, or it's not that big of a deal. They might seem harmless on their own, but when it's a constant pattern, it teaches you to stop trusting your own feelings. It's like this slow, constant chipping away at your self-worth, and it leaves you feeling like your own emotional compass is completely broken. So these manipulative phrases, they don't just exist in a textbook. They show up in these small, everyday moments that just add up and up and up over time. So let's talk about what this actually looks and feels like in real life. Take this story from Reddit. It wasn't a direct command like, you can't watch that show. No, it was teasing, a put-down disguised as a joke. But the effect was exactly the same. She changed her behavior to avoid the criticism, and she lost a small piece of her own joy, even when she was all by herself. Or this one, mocking someone's interests, their passions. It's a really effective way of making their world smaller. It basically tells them that who they are is only okay if it lines up with what their partner wants. And just look at the results. The second that control was gone, her passion just blossomed. Wow, this one is particularly sneaky.
By criticizing how she talked to her own dad, he created this sense of shame around one of her most important relationships. I mean, this is a classic isolation tactic. You slowly chip away at a person's support system until the controlling partner is all they feel they have left. And here we go. Control over someone's own body. Notice it's not, "You are forbidden from cutting your hair." It's just planting a seed. "Oh, I find that unattractive." The unspoken threat, of course, is the withdrawal of love or approval. And that threat is powerful enough to make someone feel like they don't have control over their own appearance.
Now, if you're listening to all these stories and feeling that pit in your stomach, that sense of recognition, it can be really unsettling. You might even be questioning yourself right now, which, by the way, is exactly what these patterns are designed to make you do. But trust me, there's a good reason this is all so hard to see clearly.
And get this recent data is just fascinating. Researchers basically tested a super powerful AI to see if it could detect mental manipulation in conversations. The result? The AI was almost twice as likely to completely miss it than it was to get it wrong. So if a sophisticated algorithm finds this stuff hard to spot, it is no wonder we humans struggle. And that brings us to what is maybe the most crucial point of this whole thing. You do not need a perfect, evidence-backed, airtight case to know that something feels wrong. As one therapist put it, your feelings are information. That knot in your stomach, that feeling of walking on eggshells, that is valid data. So we're gonna end on this thought. In this really complex dance between boundaries and control, your gut feeling, your internal reality, is the most reliable guide you will ever have. It's not about proving what's happening to someone else. It's about giving yourself permission to listen to what your own experience is telling you. So the only real question left is, are